to Talk Show on the Go. Did you like that little
Loved
special little scary creepy clown music that was
That just started? Yeah.
yeah.
So traveling down the circus tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn up. You're at some. I'm waiting for some carny to come out. Who wants to make a little money?
Just throw popcorn at you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, welcome. We are here today. I'm Buddy Lewis. I'm sitting in for Sunda Grunkest. I hope I said her name right. She doesn't kill me.
You're about 80% there.
We're just gonna. Every time we just fuck it up, we just gotta move on.
Yeah, we'll just keep it moving. I have two very, 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 very special guests. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about comedy and all things comedy here on this podcast. So I have BRINAN and I have John. Nice to meet
What's
you
up?
both,
Nice
man.
to be here.
BRINAN Weeks.
Yeah,
John
man.
Taylor.
John Taylor.
There you go. Mm-hmm. You do kind of look like you do have some football-esque looking features.
San Francisco 49er John Taylor?
Yeah, John Taylor
From
slash,
No relation.
Jerry
right?
Rice looking.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have third screen quarterbacks.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
we got that.
We all have Madden fantasies.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, it's good to have you guys here.
Thank
man.
you. Good to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Today's topic, we are getting into comedy during the COVID.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And a much different situation when I started doing comedy out here in LA.
Right.
Back in the ancient times of the early 90s.
You were
Right.
just battling racism.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do.
And
Racism.
every now
Racism.
and every now and then a little gang affiliation. But
Yeah, but
past that.
no, we got past that.
But you guys are dealing with a whole new
bunch of
set
shit.
This is, yeah.
Yep.
So you have a room
Downtown. Yep.
Tell everybody about your room, BRINAN.
I had a couple spots pre-COVID. I had a downtown bar. I had a backyard show. I had 2 open mics. I had one over in Culver City. I had one downtown, and I was at the Comedy Store every other Sunday with the Clown Show, which is affiliated with my downtown spot called the Clown House.
Okay.
And my mentor Adam Barnhart let me start hosting. Yeah, Adam Barnhart. I've been working with him for like 5 years.
Okay.
And I've been hosting Clown House for like 2 now.
Okay.
On Fridays.
John, and you have a spot too, several or.
I actually am the host of the LA School of Comedy Open Mic with Sunda.
Okay.
And we were actually throwing some shows out at the Haha. The night that all the ordinances went into play were cancellation, our show was dropping. Our second edition of Hella New Faces.
Funny you should mention the Haha. That's where I started my room, but it was not the spot
where
they are now.
Oh, okay.
It was up the street. And so Kim Whitley and I, back in the day, came into that room on a Wednesday night, and we were the sort of original purveyors of comedy in that space. And so Jack and Terry grew that room after we started there to move down the street and have a functioning, one of the fully functioning comedy clubs that's in the city. Interesting, man. What happened when you all sort of found out
COVID was happening?
Yeah.
Well, I ignored it for like the first month. Cause
you like an Alabama governor.
Nah, because I was more
mayor.
No,
you don't
see,
give a damn.
Well, the thing was, I was like, I was thinking about like, the New World Order thing, and like I was like deep in the whole conspiracy shit for a while. So I was like, this ain't real, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, all the state passing the ordinances and stuff, so shit went underground for like a couple weeks. And so I was doing secret shows before it was like completely locked down, like in March. So I was like,
what was that like? How did you get people to
organize?
Yeah, how did you? Would you did internet and
he wants details so he can present his case to the
right.
guy.
Right. So now we're gonna all be indicted.
Right.
Here's your
Send it to
subpoena.
the Bible.
the FEMA.
Yeah, exactly.
I get my reward money for the COVID comedy passer outer now. That's hilarious. Nah, man. But...
I mean, What was the question yet? Fuck.
How were you able to
How
organize
you
it?
able to
Organize?
sort of
Well, okay.
organize and get a crowd and that sort of thing?
It was actually mostly Negro spirituals, wasn't it?
Yes,
Like
it was.
that's-
Yes, we started with Lift Every Voice and Sing. We did it 42 times minimum.
Because they still don't know the words.
Yeah,
White people.
we when we get to the song, everybody kind of forgets it. Yeah,
It was like a seance of black
there's a
people
lot of
trying to-
verses to that song.
How long is that song?
It's a big.
And no one really knows.
Nobody
the other
knows.
Two verses.
No.
Kinda
No.
Like, you have to be like you have to.
You have to
really,
have been whipped to get.
You either got to be Baptist or AME.
AME, you have to be baptized,
Right.
walked in a.
Oh.
Yeah, you had to walk somewhere in the South and only drink sweet tea.
Yeah,
Sweet
yeah.
tea, yep.
Yeah, sweet tea. And,
Ooh, sweet tea.
The whole first pew has to have diabetes type 2. Bare minimum.
If you have all your limbs, you're not gonna know the lyrics. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
not gonna happen.
Yeah, you're not gonna know the lyrics.
She just clapping with nubs, baby. She just grab. Okay.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
gotta, if you don't have like, if you don't have half a
So
foot
rude.
missing,
Yeah.
you don't really know the lyrics. You don't know all the lyrics.
Yeah.
Anybody that's missing half a foot,
Yeah.
And you can't change your diet after you lose.
no,
You have to keep going.
you eating pork while you singing it.
The lyrics are in the yams. I think
Yeah,
that's
no,
the lyrics are in the
exactly.
yams.
Yeah.
They're in the
We
yams.
are right. We are on our way.
Yeah, to hell right
we are on
now.
our way straight
hell
to
with
the NAACP
CP.
jail
Right,
right
yes.
now. We are
Aunt Mabel
There goes
is
my
turning
Essence
in her
Festival
grave
booking
like
right
a
there.
rotisserie chicken.
right on the edge right now. Well, I tell you, we're on the edge right now.
I still haven't answered the question.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, and it moved.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Okay.
Let's go
All
back.
right, all
So,
And we digress.
Okay.
And we back up.
Okay, so Instagram primarily of organizing shit. Eventbrite, I was doing stuff on. I mean, Facebook posts on the LA comedian scene group was always a good look. But mostly just like word of mouth, man. Like I had to build for the past 2 years or so. I've been running a lot of shows, and it's like I built an audience that will come to every show.
Okay.
Right. So no matter where I have it,
You have a core audience that
And-
supports your venue. And
Exactly.
Supports you as an artist. That
Yeah.
Support your thing. That's great.
And before all of this happened, my vision for my shows was no straight white males being booked. Right? That was my whole thing. That was the whole core. And if I was going to do it, it was only going to be one white guy on any of the shows.
Oh my God, you are on your way to.
And you see
never
what
being
happens.
booked in
You see what happens when you take Raft against the straight white
Yeah.
males.
Oh my
They
God.
cancel all
They
comedy.
ran.
No.
They canceled everything. all across the
Everything.
country.
You
all
can't
gone.
do that
Yo,
no more.
you son of a bitch! It's
Yeah.
your fault.
No, listen, man.
It's your fault.
I felt right to do something different
I got you.
in the scene, right? Because everybody has like the 10 white guys, one black dude show. You know,
Right.
they always have the one white girl show
Or Urban
and
Night.
the Urban Night, and
Urban
it's just
Night,
like
all
just
black comedy.
straight up across the board. I was like diversity, inclusion, right?
Right.
So I was running a spot downtown called First Draft Tap Room,
Okay.
and for the first 3
Is that
shows,
the beer?
Yeah.
place?
Beer hall.
The beer hall over on like
Pico.
Pico and Olive.
Pico and Olive. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing a bunch of shows in the upstairs over there, and I gained kind of this like brief following of like 20 people that would
Right.
come to every monthly show.
Okay.
And it kind of expanded, and I had a real high point in January where I was able to go to the downstairs area, and I sold out.
Wow.
Right, just
Okay,
full.
congrats, man.
And
That's
it
good
was
stuff.
really
Single
good.
handle, like he does it by himself too. Like
I don't have any help really. I
just a serious work ethic.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Brennan, let me tell you. See, that's where I gotta help you. You know, there, you gotta get some help, bro.
I know.
You can't.
But niggas is trifling, man. I try so hard, man.
You
I-
gotta help these niggas.
And
I'm
no,
trying to free y'all.
I'm telling you, man.
I love it, man. But that's work ethic.
I have to will it for it to work.
Right.
You know.
Man, but you know, see, that's the one thing, man, that I think sometimes is missing. People talk about, yeah, man, I got this room, and they don't put the people don't put in the work.
Oh, I watch garbage shows all the time.
Yeah. They don't put in the work. So tell me about here. You're working with Sunda to
Yes.
try and do the monthly open mic.
No,
thing,
we were weekly.
Oh, you're
every
weekly.
every
Okay.
Thursday.
My information has been slotty. Shoddy.
Hasn't even been delivered. It's a real
I was about to say,
Standard delivery.
Who's your source?
my source is is like a bad fucking Grubhub shit.
You got Growler's Encyclopedia. Like, so it says here that you.
It was Disappedia.
You guys do comedy here.
All right, but go ahead. Tell me.
No. It was Suna. You know, is of course busy just doing big shows, and she's on the road a lot. So I wanted this to be something that was an extension of her, something that I could run, and a place just to meet other comedians and network.
Okay.
And it was really cool. We did it every single Thursday.
Okay.
We would have people come out, and everybody supported it. It was one of the better Thursday mics.
Yes.
I took pride in that.
Totally.
Yeah. And it wasn't like these mics where you have to go and stay the whole time. I don't like those mics because I don't feel that the feeling is genuine. People came here, they really wanted to support the comedians and get better.
Okay.
And then also, of course, through this class, through the open mic, we got people to go to the class. Through the class, we got people to do the shows at the Ha Ha and the Laugh Factory. Okay. So yeah, we had a good following. We had like 15 people on the regular, and then
actually
how
a
many
lot
people
of.
Can you actually put in this room?
I mean, pre-COVID, 25, 30.
25,
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of people who are like Instagram famous now has come
True,
through his room.
true.
Right.
Right.
There's a lot of folks that we know on the circuit who
Sure.
got the blue check now.
Right.
And they've started in this room.
Right. And,
Yeah.
you know, that was the one of the
And I'm
things-
still here, just FYI. Hi guys.
Come back. We haven't made shit. Yeah.
But you know, interesting. I commend you guys for using the social media and using that as your platform to get word about. Cause see, that wasn't available to me.
Right.
When I started, I mean, we didn't have fucking cell phones back then. So
Right.
you know, you had to. Yeah.
You guys are with the.
Yeah.
Yo, man, you know, we didn't, you know, we barely had email. You know
Right.
what I
Sending
mean? So,
smoke
you know,
signals.
Yeah, it was
Pony Express, just
Yeah.
full
It was
time.
the old flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you would.
Oh, you just licking envelopes.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna come to the show?
Listen,
Here you go, baby. Yeah.
It was not available to
No.
me.
Right.
And so I think that
Paper airplanes.
I'm telling you, man, it was yeah, you had to put your name of your club on some girl's breast and
Yeah.
you know, like she's shaking on
flashing
her.
them.
That still works, actually.
Yes, that still works. Yeah.
That works.
I was the
I'm going to
inventor
whatever
of the-
club.
Yeah, titty advertising
You were
is
the
very
titty
undersold.
titty man.
market.
I'm Tim Tyson.
Yeah.
You don't remember that? I was advertising.
Advertisement. I mean, okay, that's something I'm bookmarking.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Hey man,
Okay.
that shit they used to do on those boxing matches, I did
Right.
all of that.
Yeah, there you
when
go.
When a girl, the boxers had the name of the, Caesars.com written on their ass or whatever. I did all that. I tried everything.
Yeah, you got to get the name out.
You got to get the name out.
You
there.
got to get the name
I
out.
feel it's like borderline misogynistic, but if the woman is into it, I think it's fine.
Hey man, listen. Listen, and people will do anything out here in LA for a paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, if I tell you, listen, hey, I'm gonna buy you some drinks. I'm gonna buy you and your friends some drinks, and put Buddy Lewis's comedy spot on your tail,
Okay.
and walk around out there in that
We were
bikini.
getting worried.
I'm
That was a lot of drinks.
I'm gonna get you some drinks.
I'm gonna buy you some drinks. I'm gonna buy you some drinks.
I'll buy your ass some drinks.
Yeah.
Not you, and not all them.
Not all your friends.
Not all your friends. I'm like your
You.
ass some drinks.
Right, yeah.
Nah, man, I used to, we had to market different.
Yeah, definitely.
Back then. And so, because when I first started, I had a room called the Happy Hour Comedy Hour.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was, I had a room downtown during happy hour. It was always from like 6 to about 8. And I would do promotions like all secretaries, if you show your card from the law firm or wherever you work, you put it in there, I would let you in for half price. Or if you were a male person, like I had each week I had a promotion.
That's nice.
Like if you were a male person or you were paralegal, because I was trying to get
The downtown crowd.
downtown
Right, of course.
crowd in there.
Come straight from the office to the
stay
club.
Stay around.
Right.
This is
before
when
traffic gets
This
slow.
is when flyers worked. Like
That's when flyers worked.
before 2006.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Because after 2006, flyers were just passing.
I don't remember
That
the
was-
last flyer
you
I
were,
got.
you were just giving people a dustpan.
Exactly. No, people would throw it back in your face. Yeah.
Shit. I can't tell how many times this is the shit you get from the. This is the exact move that you got when you passed out flyers. Imagine this is a person, the flyer. People would take the flyer like this and put it right in the trash can right
Yeah.
as they walk by you.
No, you see them flipping in the trash can.
You go, hey man, and they go, hey man, I don't want your bullshit.
Right.
But so
And people fly, they be like, fuck you.
yeah.
I don't know that.
But what do you find most difficult? I mean, understandably, COVID is
Right.
the issue.
The
but
whole pandemic.
What did you find most difficult running your room
Mm-hmm.
now? And I'm saying in the I'm talking about the era of the 2020. What is the 2020 area? What's the biggest thing about running a room now?
Okay, so we have some. Okay, great.
Let's go.
There's a couple things.
It's trifling.
No. Besides that, no. So we addressed three things, I think, in the previous segment where you were talking about PC culture, Zoom shows, and the last one is comedy now, right? And what's going on now. The first part about PC culture, everybody's getting fucking canceled.
You're guilty till proven innocent.
You're done. You're done.
Okay.
Because now the female comedy community, women in comedy now are actually standing up for themselves,
which
right?
is good,
and advocating for themselves and airing out all the people who've been harassing them in the scene.
Oh, okay.
So scenes all across America right now in Facebook groups, Instagram group messages and things. All these women are sharing their experiences of
with predatory
male
comics,
and just people harassing won't stay out the
predatory
DMs
male
and everything.
comics. They're screenshotting them and they're posting. There's Twitter accounts dedicated.
Have you seen my picture on any of these?
No.
Okay.
No. You gotta keep your nose
Well,
clean.
you see, you're in the 90s, so your stuff
you're
come out by.
your shit's buried. You're fine. Yeah.
Your DMs are okay, but your faxes, that shit's gonna get destroyed.
Faxes again.
I got some VHS tapes out here.
Yeah.
They get in.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So here we go, right? Screenshots are being aired out. And male comedians who have traditionally been hyper misogynistic, like people we know on the scene, right? That we've all
I'm
kind
going to go to some of these sites because I know some of these little pervs I know. And I'll try to tell
but
you.
They'll find you.
They'll find you. Yeah, they will.
You don't have to go. They will find you.
Post an ass shot. They're gonna comment. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So like we know a bunch of people personally, right?
Really?
And the biggest thing is other male comedians needing to call out other toxic male comedians.
Right.
And it's really interesting because obviously no snitching culture. And also, I feel it's no. But wait.
Here's the thing.
Listen,
They snitching?
No,
Wait
listen.
a minute. See, that's what I don't understand.
No,
Wait.
One second. Here's the thing, real quick. Just on that, whenever you meet somebody, you're taking them at face value. So like the guy that we knew that got exposed, we're not gonna be like, hey, do you have a shady past? All right, what's up? My name's John.
Yeah, we're not opening up with that. We found out one of our homies was wild
shit.
Yeah.
wild shit, and
good.
we didn't even really kind of address it. Like I knew some shit, but I didn't know the whole fucking thing.
right.
And then an entire Twitter account was
Dedicated to him.
to destroying
Him.
Just him.
I'm sorry.
And it wasn't even named after him. It was named General.
It was in general, but then the first
But
17.
the first, like, there's only about 30 total tweets. 17 are about him.
Right.
From women going, yeah, girl, he did.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yes.
Green
Yes.
room.
Screenshots, text
he tried to
messages.
text me. Yeah, he put his
stories.
hand on my ass at the. That's crazy.
It is.
Because listen,
It's about time.
right. So let me ask you. You said this is the no snitching culture as well. So are you saying that because I what I was trying to say is that y'all were saying we're not gonna out this dude on out here now, I guess was what you were saying. I'm not snitching. But I'm like, the girls are snitching, they're telling.
Right.
So I mean, so are we supposed to not?
No, we can.
Okay.
We can.
It's like, okay, it's like how much, if you know somebody's doing shady, don't associate. Like that. That's step one. Okay. Step two is you do have a responsibility to warn people.
But if he's not even active in the community anymore, he's been outed, he's done, he's taking his seat.
And then it's also like, what person gets a second chance and what person doesn't?
Right.
Yeah,
how much do you pay for this?
And I understand. And I understand.
And that's not my.
That's not my call.
You know what I'm saying?
And bro, let me tell you where I am because I feel the same way, and because I grew up on Bill Cosby.
Right. I mean,
I grew up. He was to me. He was a comedy hero of mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, I watched the cartoon. Mm-hmm. You know, I watched
the Fat Albert movies.
I watched Fat Albert movies. I watched.
You ate Jello,
yeah,
obviously.
I ate Jello, obviously. I didn't miss no pudding pops. Okay, but now
you don't even see multicolored sweaters.
where the Coochie sweaters?
They gone.
Sweaters and
Coochie took a hit. Nobody talks about
nobody.
Coogie's stock dropping.
Right.
Every accusation just $5.
I mean, like, you can't tell anybody you want a pudding pop. What are you, a fucking rapist?
Yeah.
Popsicle. What the fuck? I mean, it's
so what is your view now? I mean, obviously he's guilty, but like, do you look at a comedian as just a comedian, or are they still role models? Do you still look up?
I look at comedians like I do athletes, and this is the way I say it, like this. I don't take away anything. I can't respect him as a man. Like, you know, I have some reservations about who they are as personally, but I can't take away from his accomplishments on the football field or like a basket. We do that with basketball players. His accomplishments
overshadow.
I didn't say overshadow.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't say overshadow.
Right.
What I said was that I have
you
to
separate
look at them separate. Like, okay, he was a phenomenal athlete. He was a phenomenal comic. But this motherfucker did some shady shit.
Some wild shit.
Yeah.
At what point do we say like the talent doesn't? You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like let's not.
Well, people get a pass.
The
too.
more talented
Donald
you
Trump's
are,
getting a pass.
I mean, it's a pass.
The more powerful you are, the more chances you get.
I don't think it's even power because they erased Ray Rice's ass right off of the.
But I mean, he's
right. They were there, and please.
Who's the guy that murdered somebody and still kept playing for the Ravens?
Please don't take this. Please don't take this. Yeah, for the Ravens.
That was the girl.
But it was his wife.
Right.
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice beat the shit out of her.
He punched her through an elevator.
That was wild.
His wife, and she stayed with him, so she gave him a pass. But
she doesn't remember the night.
She was out cold.
And whatever.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm saying was,
no,
he got canceled.
He got canceled, and rightfully so.
Right, and rightfully so, he got canceled.
But you have people.
Should he have gotten a chance to get his thing back?
No, because he lied about it.
Well,
he didn't
lie. He immediately came to the.
No. You saw the video, right?
No, he didn't lie about. Let me tell you this. Let me say that was a while ago, so I don't know what the fuck he lied about. Yeah. What I'm saying is, it seemed as though the incident happened, and soon thereafter, he made calls to the NFL, the Ravens, and they tried to protect him.
They did.
And even his wife said, hey, listen, this is a situation.
But I think that was more...
But there was no...
For a split second, I thought he was his defense attorney. See, what happened, Your Honor, was like...
because he used his fist.
Right. The man runs a 440. Are we going to keep that in the cage?
He was a great running back.
He used to be free. No. He's a runner, damn you.
No, but I'm saying using the there have been basketball players, football players, like you know who've been.
But talent can always happen again.
Talent has a way of.
Talent can fill in another slot. Yeah.
But we're talking like $20 million talent.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
If
you're a shitty human being,
it's
a new time. You have to be able to.
LeBron
James is a saint, but his scoring is obviously not as high as it could be. But I'm saying, like,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Careful.
Don't even bring it.
No. Maybe if LeBron James hit his wife, he gets better scoring percentage.
Why you?
But see, character. You know what? How much does character play into your views of a person when you're talking about what they did as in their career?
Like Aaron Hernandez, like we could go there.
I mean,
he murdered 2 people and then won championships.
But he won championships. But then again, you go, hey, listen, and they're not that this is a defense, but Aaron Hernandez, most football players got issues. That's the first.
All
thing.
of them have
All
issues.
of them got issues.
Yeah, CTE.
Because
right? That's the main one.
You got to remember, if
Since
you got
age
to the
like
NFL,
6.
if you got to the NFL,
You got your first
20,
concussion.
You got your first concussion at 10.
Right.
Yeah, you were flat out.
You've been
fucked
fucked up. You've been getting fucked up by getting tackled, punched, kicked since you was 8 or 9 years old playing Pop Warner.
Like it's all blurry.
Right. So I think there has to be a fine line you walk between the character of an individual,
right,
and their accomplishments in their fields. Like, for example, we all dismiss and hate, Alexander Graham Bell because he back in the day he
that was a reference
up.
I did not see coming.
No, yeah, but we got telephones.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
True. What if it turned out he was like a pedophile? Did we stop using phones?
Yeah, did we stop? I hate the phone. I don't want to put a phone in my ear.
Okay, or even so much like we know that our phones are made in sweatshops and child labor, but we still use It's weird what we will cancel and what we won't cancel.
Because there isn't too many people that
convenience.
Right. You wouldn't turn down a pair of free Nikes.
No.
I
hate myself for that. Why?
Had Bangladeshi children sweat on it. Would you?
At least
still
I'm wearing
First of all,
these are sweatshop 12 right here, baby.
Do you know how many women right now are wearing around some woman's hair who
tortured,
who came here in a crate of a ship,
of a fruit cart?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
So, dog, what are we
I guess it just depends on individually. That's the thing. You can't convince somebody else to cancel based on your morals. They have to want to do it for themselves.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Where do we draw the line in comedy when comics, our job is to sort of poke fun / talk about cancel, talk about culture, talk about how are we supposed to do that?
We have to modernize.
Right.
And the thing is when you brought up in the other segment about the Three Stooges, right? And saying I was watching Flip Wilson the other day, right? And like trying to figure out what the hell was funny about him. And he was doing shit like that Richard Pryor did later, that Eddie Murphy did later, that Chris Rock did after that, Chris Tucker did after that, and there's just like this kind of theme with like comedy where it's like you can have the same themes, relationship, God, the 13 tenets, right, of original jokes, but they have to come in with the times, right. So with like PC culture and talking about like race and talking about sex and talking about gender and all these other things and triggers, you can still be funny within those lanes, right? You can still be funny. It's not like, you're eliminating the racist accents. But like, isn't
that kind of played out?
But you don't do them anymore. You don't do them anymore because that's something that is collectively agreed on.
But isn't it
not
also
okay
just not the fact that it's not okay anymore? It's just like who hasn't heard the 7-Eleven guy? Who hasn't heard the black gangster? Who hasn't heard the
Asian jokes? Everything.
Whatever. Like there's. I was talking to him. We know what he sounds like. Just tell us the story.
You have
like,
to
why
tread
is it funny?
new ground now.
Okay. If that's your punchline, the accent, then you don't need to be in comedy.
Right.
Because it depends on your relevance. If you're not it, don't talk about it.
Yeah. I hate when people tell about the story of something racist that happened and then let that word fly. Yeah, this black guy got called and it's a white dude telling the story. I'm like, you just really want to say that word.
You can't say that word.
So let me ask you, are we not, as comics, to satirically poke fun at an accent or a
depends.
or for example,
you have to be skilled.
I mean, so I want to do a voice about an ex-girlfriend who had a funny voice, and I'm talking like a woman. Am I offending all women now?
That's not the thing.
Or if I'm in a store and I am speaking to a foreign individual, and I'm not giving.
That's funny in of itself. The fact that you can't do it. So I'm talking to this guy. He may not be from here, but he could have been from here.
That's better than just going.
So I'm going.
Welcome to 7-Eleven. Blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Okay.
There's so much more skill than he sounded different from me. Let's laugh at this guy. Okay. Or he looks different.
There's other meta ways to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it depends. Like if you're self-aware enough in the culture, right? Because again, having your finger on the button of knowing what's hot or what's current or whatever, that's our job. We're modern day philosophers.
Okay.
Right. We're supposed to be able to pick apart everything that we see. Right. So if you can do that and not offend anybody and still have the whole package in there, you're on the right track.
Okay.
There's one
Because I know a lot of black guys do this.
yeah, of course.
We will make fun of a white guy's voice.
Yeah.
But that's getting old too.
I'm just saying.
Honey, I'm home. Like,
but
come on.
not that I'm saying.
I mean, John sounds like that. Like that's
I am a white guy's voice. That's me. Like I make reservations at any restaurant I want to. Bam. Bam.
Hysterical.
There's no code switching. We talk like this all the time.
You call me. That's my business. People call me and I make reservations.
You make reservations.
I make reservations.
That is a voiceover. That's some good
Like
shit.
fuck cartoons.
That's some
What do you
good
want to eat
shit.
tonight? That's my business.
I wish I had that ability.
John Taylor, copyright.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you need to make
You
reservations?
need to make
You need to
reservations.
make an appointment at your doctor's office. Call John Taylor.
Yeah.
Country clubs, doctor's appointments without 45. Like, let me call 911 for
place-
you.
any-
Do not call 911.
Don't call on your
If
own.
you get shot, let me call. I will get you help. They'll be
That
there.
is freaking
I will get your
hysterical.
wait time reduced by 15 minutes or your ride is free.
It's sad how like good that
That
is
is
though.
so.
I'm so writing this bit.
That's a bit right now.
my God.
You gotta open that when we do comedy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it.
That's a funny ass
Yeah,
sketch.
yeah.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
So, would you say that comedy is because how long have you been doing stand up?
I've been doing stand up for like 13 years.
And you?
About 10 off.
Okay. In that 10-year period, what are the sort of transitions that you've seen other than this sort of area that we just covered? What are the other
transitions?
Yeah. What are the new sort of things that are going on?
You can have comedy anywhere now.
Anywhere and any medium. Like,
Anything
social media
is exploded.
is and
I wish I jumped on YouTube.
Right?
15
But
years
that's
ago.
the thing. You can still jump on YouTube. Matter of fact, this is the time to jump on YouTube because people can't go places right now anyway.
People are releasing their specials on YouTube. Right
straight to, and like it's that like what Sam Morril,
Hannibal Buress just
Hannibal
did
Buress,
it.
Miami Nights,
Mark Norman just
that's
did
his
his.
name.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were watching those guys pretty heavy because Netflix is a closed system, Hulu's a closed system.
Right.
I mean, it's like you have to be able to have like what $9,000 or something like that to submit your own shit to major stream services
That's
now,
crazy.
and like you have to have like venture capitalists come in and back you, whatever that means.
Right,
Like
okay.
there's a lot of different like angles.
Yeah, you
I
got to
mean,
start a
there's-
Facebook app just to join like comedies.
Right, and then there's
Wow.
like Revolt
Okay.
TV, and it's like the streaming service and the platforms that you can actually get into, right? Like YouTube, you can just post your own shit,
Right,
Right, and then
okay.
you can generate buzz and try to market it yourself, and then that's how you build an audience.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that we are living, actually living the way old musicians actually got their music out. They were selling mixtapes out
Right.
the back of their car.
Oh, yeah.
And we're sort of doing that through social media now.
Precisely.
It's the new version of that.
It is, and I think people like discovering artists more so than they like being force fed.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Mark, what's his name?
Mark Norman. He
Obviously
exploded.
he's way more accomplished than me, but I hadn't heard about him.
Right.
But because I watch comedy on YouTube, it was always on my suggestions. So I was like, let me check it. Really, really great
Really
stand-up
good.
hour.
Re-
and
re-
then like
Yeah,
hit on all
really fast. Like there's some
I'd
guys.
watch it
who-
again.
Yeah, there's some guys that can just make it, right? Like I mean, Jabuki White, who's done a lot of shit for he's
Right.
writing on the Daily Show now.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of folks who got their start with their 7-minute Comedy Central special.
Right,
Right. That's
okay.
that 7-minute clip on YouTube.
Right.
And then they start a Instagram account or a TikTok or something like that that keeps their name relevant.
and Twitter. Twitter is
Twitter.
huge for comedians.
Also,
Really?
Yes.
So tell me, because that's an interesting thing.
You
How
get
do
one-liners
use-
up.
How do you use Twitter? Because I'm an old ass dude that can, my thumbs don't actually operate the little keys and shit.
Right.
Help me understand how I, as an old ass 57-year-old comic, can use Twitter to.
Oh, you jump on because I was actually looking at your IMDb before and
And it's
checking it.
bullshit, but go
No,
ahead.
no, but it's fine. House Party 4 seems like it was a great time. But I Will said.
That was in the house, right?
Yeah,
There was a party in the house.
You can actually do shit.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
but I'm saying also I appreciate you being on Black Dynamite, one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
See? The young people know my crickets.
Yeah. So what you got to do is you jump on retweets, you jump on current news stories, and you comment on it, and you just come out with really banging one-liners. We have a friend that probably posts every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't matter if
It's the machine gun. No.
he just
Nobody can keep up with those Twitter fingers.
Yeah,
Nobody.
That's insane. Yeah.
How do you run a country and tweet that much?
No,
You don't.
ridiculous.
That's why we're at where we're at.
Yeah.
Because if he cared as much about the country as he did about Twitter, we'd
Twitter
be...
feed.
I can't wait till he gets blocked. I can't wait.
That's gonna be the most hilarious.
I can't fucking wait.
So you got tweets,
Yeah.
a lot, and you saying do retweets, of stories
So,
or jokes,
for instance,
or of
anything.
Viral things that are
Viral,
going, anything,
okay.
and then jumping on it because then
Right.
the more exposure you have underneath that,
Okay.
right, or anytime that anybody's on your follower list can see it. If other people in your followers group like your tweet,
It'll show up on your timeline.
It'll show up on
okay.
somebody else's timeline that
Oh,
a
okay.
commonality happened,
Right.
And so
And
you
people are
build.
constantly bored and scrolling.
And,
So
if you have a couple good ones and people go through your thing, you'll get a follow on your profile.
Okay, all right.
and then they start coming to your shows, and then they tell their
And
friends.
then, and it depends on how else you negotiate
it's-
the space
yeah.
after that.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I've actually gone viral with 2 tweets.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I hate him for it. I hate him.
Wow. They
They weren't bullshit tweets, though. They were really good.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
So tell everybody what.
Okay, so I'll tell you my first tweet because
I can't
that's
believe you're
one.
doing this right now.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, you know what? Because there's nothing else to talk about.
Nothing else to talk
Nothing else to talk about.
about.
So let me just
It's
pop collars
not
real
like
quick.
I got a list of shit.
Right.
No,
I can
well,
do
you
that.
didn't have any info. You didn't even have our last names. You didn't have our last names.
don't
And
even
now
have our
Mr.
last
Subject's
names.
over here.
As if I care.
Now he's got a fucking
Twitter
syllabus.
finger, viral Twitter dude.
got
Guys, comics. Who
Ten
needs your fucking
Commandments.
names? Tell me this.
No, it's a struggle.
So, so many years ago,
Man, yeah.
so many years ago, Fergie did the national anthem for
Right.
the NBA
Terrible.
All-Star game. Right.
Terrible situation for her. but
So
go ahead.
I put out a tweet that said, Colin Kaepernick just told Fergie, don't disrespect the anthem like that. And like I put it out there, and it caught.
That's freaking
It
hysterical.
caught.
That's great.
But where I made my mistake, and this is to all you young comedians out there, is that
You didn't put your name to it?
no, your name automatically goes
Okay.
to it. So it got like 1,000 likes. No, 1,000 retweets, 4,000 likes. It was really big.
Okay.
I had tagged other accounts that I followed that deal with sports. This one guy straight up just snatched it
And said it was his.
and put it, and he got like 40,000 retweets off of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
content.
And that's
How do you
happened.
protect? So tell us, how do you kind of
can't.
protect?
You
Okay.
can't. The
Right.
only thing you can do is and there are a lot of people.
Everything
who,
is copy pasta.
everything
Okay.
everything is copy
Right.
pasta, but there is like a Twitter community that actually rides for originators. If you ever see a good post, if you look so many replies under, there's always some guy like, yeah, I liked it the first time when I saw it here.
Right.
And they'll post the first
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
And that happens the bigger you get. So the more you interact with people on Twitter, like if somebody retweets your stuff, in turn, just retweet something theirs just to keep that like I got you.
Oh, okay, got you.
And
Okay.
that's how you.
I got
That's
you.
exactly.
I got you.
Okay.
That's good
And
stuff. That's good
yeah,
stuff.
it's
That's good information.
it is, and there's actually a couple lawsuits where Conan's writers stole somebody's tweets.
Yeah.
And that's I don't know. It was going to trial before COVID, but that was going to be a big one because now it defined how copywritten stuff is on Twitter, and that's huge.
And you know, for comics, that is such a
Yeah, 'cause
that's a real
we don't like
issue.
joke at
Yeah,
all.
I if you especially
Stealing
'cause
content.
right? That's stealing content and giving it, especially if you're getting paid by Conan O'Brien or
Or just the
fact that
you're
you're
getting
stealing,
paid,
yeah.
and you're stealing
the exposure.
right, and you're stealing material. That's
And it's
bad.
kind of dumb since the receipts are right there.
The receipts are there, and there's companies like there's a company called Fuck Jerry, where they
Oh,
would
they
do
stole-
memes.
that's
They
a whole
and
thing.
all
That's a
Fuck
2-year-old
Jerry,
story, by
Fat
the way.
Jewish. They were just taking people's content, shortening the picture on their iPhone.
And then getting paid on it.
And
Yeah.
getting
Wow.
paid.
That's
Getting paid, getting movie roles, getting documentary, and
Right.
it's a
Because
damn shame.
beforehand, the influencer culture was the wild, wild west.
Right.
And now it's becoming more commodified, and people now it's becoming a more level playing field.
Now, I would call it the big three or big four. There's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. What are there other media forms right now that you see on the horizon that would be good for comics that you
just
like?
talking about this.
What are the
Instagram
streaming services?
So because TikTok may be banned by the U.S. government soon
Yeah.
because of the
Chinese
Chinese
spyware.
backdoor
Spyware.
Because of that, Instagram's coming out with a new thing called Reels.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that because we're trying to launch our own sketch comedy
Okay.
shit and our own filming, and jumping on a new platform as soon as it hits.
Right, okay.
And just exhausting it because TikTok allowed people's attention spans to go to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so
And it was funny.
And you
to
can
me.
spend
I was
4
like,
hours
I
on
thought
it.
TikTok was nothing but Vine. I was like, this is
Right.
Vine.
I mean, it's the same platforms being reused, but people like new.
right.
MySpace, Facebook, Friendster, it's the
Right.
same shit,
It's the
but
same
people
thing.
like new.
Right.
But then Facebook is like, we'll just buy it. We won't reinvent. We'll just take your shit. Thank you.
Right. So they basically joke theft entire
Right? Yeah.
media platforms.
But when
No.
you got, I mean, well,
But
they
the
bought
option-
it though.
but
They
the
bought
op-
it.
But
They
the
bought it.
option is the reach, right? TikTok came out of nowhere, but because of the virality of young adults being able to use the platform so easily, right, and because of the way it kind of talks you in to keep flipping videos and keep flipping videos, and the addictive nature of our own personalities now in internet culture, like I think it's gonna be like one thing. You know what's gonna be in the future? And then like that's it.
Yeah. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it, we're using emojis more and more where we don't even do conversations.
Right.
You can get laid off a fucking vegetable. You put an eggplant to a girl,
boom.
and she responds with water droplets.
Yeah,
you're
and
fucking
that's why
that
you're
night.
gonna be on that website. Your ass is gonna be right there with Mr. Comic Nasty.
The comic nasty.
Listen, man. Tell everybody where you guys can be found and when you're doing your next shows or whatever. So
Don't announce the next
show.
We're not having any
Quietly,
shows.
Yeah.
But no,
Sneaky
I mean,
shows.
even if it's on the internet or whatever,
Right.
you know, so where they can find you.
Okay, so you can find me at Brinan Weeks, BRINAN WEEKS on most platforms, LinkedIn, all that if I'm looking for jobs.
LinkedIn.
I'm just kidding. Instagram, Facebook, and then also I run the spot called the Clown House, 334 West Pico Boulevard, downtown Los Angeles.
You ever have older comics?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool.
Come and kick it, man.
Okay, all right. Come kick it with you, B. All right, go ahead,
John
John.
Taylor, my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all social media is at John Taylor Show, JohnTaylorShow. Yeah, we'll be posting there. Hopefully, have some outdoor spatial
Oh,
distancing
El Cid
shows.
on August 2nd.
Right, yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a sanctioned social distance show.
And I believe I'll be there and on the 23rd at El Cid, and hopefully more venues to come. Thank you for having me.
Man,
Thanks,
thank
man.
you guys for showing up, man. I really appreciate it, man.
It was cool.
It's always a pleasure of mine to talk to comics who are in the game.
Yeah.
You know, and can teach me a little something. So I
It's
appreciate
good.
that.
It's also
man.
getting the blessings of an OG.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Listen, I'm Buddy Lewis. You can find me on Buddy Lewis Jokes on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of jazzy stuff. I want to appreciate. I want to give some appreciation to Sunda for letting me host
Thanks, Sunda.
Thank you,
the
Sunda.
show. Please come and join us again on Comedy on the Go. Here again, coming soon. So thank you very much. God bless y'all. And remember, God bless my steps today so I can walk into my destiny tomorrow.
Fantastic.